Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hey You Guys review show. Scott Davis here, as ever, with the lovely Linda Marric. Good morning.
Hello.
The morning after the Critics Circle Awards. That sounded like it was fun. I was working, so I missed it. So
It was good. It was good.
It was fun.
Good winners. Yeah, some really good winners.
Indeed. I like that the Critics Circle is usually a little bit different to.
Yeah.
So that's good. And another busy week of releases. We are about to talk about a new release that's coming out this week, and the embargo is lifting just as you're watching this on a lovely Monday afternoon, and that is Death on the Nile, the new Kenneth Branagh Poirot murder mystery follow-up to Murder on the Orient Express, which came out a couple of years ago. This has been heavily delayed because of the pandemic and other reasons, but we're going to give you our thoughts on the movie now. So, Linda, were you a fan of Murder on the Orient Express when it came out a couple of years ago?
No, I wasn't. I thought it was fine. No, I wasn't. I thought it was fine. I wasn't super impressed with it, to be honest. I don't think it did anything different, and I just found it a little bit dull. But yeah, no, I wasn't a fan, and I am a fan of Kenneth Branagh. I noted that someone was offended with me joking whilst pronouncing the name Branagh, which is a joke. That's not how I pronounce his name. So yeah, I am a fan of his films, but I wasn't impressed with the Orient Express. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, because it was quite a big success in the end, wasn't it? It
was.
Money, and lots of people seemed to like it. And
it
came out around the time was Bohemian Rhapsody, if I remember rightly. I think.
Of course, yeah.
Like back to back. So here we are with Death on.
Wait, were you a fan of the?
I did like the first one. Yeah, I did like it. Yeah. I think I liked it less than I thought I did. Not in a negative way, but yeah, good, but maybe not.
Yeah. It was fine, just fine.
On a little rewatch, I was kind of like, it wasn't as good as I had thought. But with Death on the Nile, I can categorically say I did not like Death on the Nile at all.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's not awful, but it is not good at all, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately.
Okay, so
that's my opinion.
It's really hard to sort of it's not, I wouldn't say it's a remake, it's another adaptation of the Agatha Christie mystery thriller, and when you know about the cast of the early adaptation, which was in the 1970s, you can tell, I mean, it was like the who's who was big at the time, but I think that's what they were trying to do right in this instance as well. But I just think it's just too muddled and crazy, too insane, and too just all over the place to actually work.
I didn't think it was a very effective whodunit either. Like,
same.
Not to give any spoilers away, but I worked it out very, very quickly in the first act, shall we say?
So you hadn't watched?
No, I hadn't. No. I didn't remember. I talked about this with Matt Turner, who was at the screening, another fellow critic, and we were talking about the fact that we couldn't remember much about the plot and much about who did it and all that kind of stuff. But just going in blind, if you like, into this one, I worked it out pretty sharpish, which isn't the best sign of a whodunit when you can work it out very, very quickly. But like you say, the cast of the first one was very, very good. It was amazing casting when they made it in the 70s. And this one, I mean, I couldn't say equally so. I was very underwhelmed when he announced the cast for this one, considering the cast he had for the first one, which I thought was like, oh, okay. I thought he would have got a little bit more, but you trust Kenneth Branagh to pick the right people. And I mean, we won't go into too much thing, but it's backfired, shall we say, in some respects. But in terms of just acting quality, I thought most of the performances were pretty poor.
Oh, really? He did that? Okay. I didn't think
there was a few that stood out, but on the whole, I thought some of them were really poor. I thought performance-wise.
Yeah, I actually didn't think that. I thought Gal Gadot was really good. I thought she was fabulous, and I thought Sophie Okonedo was brilliant. Even Armie Hammer, dare I say, was really good in the part. He played the part of the sort of, handsome Lothario really nicely, I thought. My problem with the film is that it's aesthetically, it looked almost like a computer game, like a Cluedo computer game type thing, like an interactive game. And as soon as I realized that that's what it felt like, I completely lost interest in it. I just thought it was flimsily done, and that great soundtrack, I have to say, but I just thought it was so boring. I did not understand what he was trying to do at all. So disappointing, really disappointing. And I mean, quite beside all the sort of the controversy around whoever is in the film, if you discount that, we're here just to judge the film on its own merit. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think there is enough suspense, and I don't think there is enough of a story there. And there's a lot wrong with it. Put it this way.
Yeah, there is a lot wrong with it. I think I agree with you with the kind of the technical stuff. I thought it was this some of the CGI stuff in terms of the Nile, that kind of stuff is very, very off-putting. Like it's like shining a light in your face as to like, this is really bad CGI, and you can't not, like you said, you can't not be kind of taken out of the, the suspense kind of fades away. You can't be taken out of the moment. It's very, very poorly constructed. I thought it was pretty average is I think I didn't think it was very well directed. I thought it was very poorly edited.
Same.
I thought on that, on that level, it didn't really work. And as I say, I didn't think the performances were very good at all. In fact, some of them were, I would say, bordering on poor. However, there are a few shining lights. Sophie Okonedo is very, very good. I thought Emma Mackey was pretty good as well. And French and Saunders were they were okay. The other side of it, I disagree with you. We disagree sometimes. Gal Gadot, I thought, was badly miscast. I thought Armie Hammer was badly miscast for the only simple thing, and this is not a spoiler, but for the character that he plays and the accent that he puts on, why does it have to be Armie Hammer? I thought that was really poor. Putting aside all of the other stuff that we're not going to talk about here, but in terms of an actor being cast in a part, why would you cast someone like that? Why, when there's a plethora of people that could do that better than he has done it? That's I think I can kind of somehow, some way I can explain that, because when you are casting these big Hollywood movies, these sort of multicast Hollywood movies, with like, you pick whoever you think is popular at the time, because they'll bring with them all of their sort of fandom. And then I kind of understand that little bit of casting. And at the moment when someone like Armie Hammer was cast and loads of other people were cast, they were like, getting cast in loads of things because they were making money for whatever production they were in. So I kind of understand that. I don't understand it artistically. I understand it why the producers would cast the most popular person at the time. I get that, and that's been happening in Hollywood forever. So that's absolutely fine, and I get that. I think the problem with the film is that it's risibly bad. There is a whole sort of sequence at the beginning, if you remember, taking place in World War One, which attempts to explain the ethos of who he is and why he became that one. And it's the most ridiculously absurd sort of storyline. And I just thought, you know what? No, don't do this. Yeah, absolutely. Although I will say, not to, again, I won't go into spoilers, but I thought another person was who we're talking about. I thought it was, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was like, oh.
No, it's not.
And then why would you do all of that stuff on top of it? No, Kenneth, that was bad. Not everything has to be in black and white either, Kenneth.
Oh, exactly.
Belfast, Jesus. But I think on the whole, I thought it was pretty bad. Let's just say that. I wouldn't say it was awful, because there's a few little nice nuggets in there that are quite enjoyable. As I say, I think Sophie Okonedo's performance was really, really good, and anytime she's on screen, it's very, very good. She's a kind of cut above everybody else that's in the movie. but
and let's not forget this is set. Sorry. This is set in 1930s in Egypt, in the sort of Middle East, and it could have done such a great job of sort of having some kind of like a post-colonial critic of it. But no, they went the sort of full hog of white rich people sort of parading their wealth around some of the poorest areas of the Middle East, which really aggravated me, because I think there was honestly there was an opportunity there to sort of make like a post-colonial commentary about it, and they didn't go there. Why not? I mean, this is a film made in 1921 in 2021 or 2020, and have we not gone past all of that stereotypical nonsense? I found that so offensive, actually. I don't know what your thoughts were.
Well, enough champagne to fill the Nile. That's just like, well, all right then. Are you surprised people are after your money? Are you surprised that Gal Gadot's character is so like scared of people trying to get her? It's like, well, of course. I mean, you flaunting your wealth right in front of them. Who isn't going to be offended by that and want to maybe try and take it off of you, or those kind of things? But you're right. And also, even though it's one of those, it's difficult to do these days, I guess, in some respects. But and cost effective. But to then do a film that's set in the 30s, then have the all the sheen of a 2020, 2021 production, and then have all that stuff be made glaringly bad. Is a little bit rubbish. There's a lot of enhancements of CGI and how you can do it. If you look at, say, I remember the first time I saw the Michael Douglas scene in Ant-Man where he's de-aged, and you're just like, that's how you do it. That is how you do that particular thing, and the CGI and everything else. When you make a movie like this and you're surrounded by the Nile, but for the whole time it's fake and it looks fake, and it takes you out of the moment, then I think the film is always going to fail on some level, because it takes you out of the moment. And for that and the stuff that you've mentioned, I think it just adds on, shall we say, insult to injury, shall we say. I liked I can't remember who I was talking to about it, but I was saying, it's quite apt that it's near the desert, because it is literally as dry as the desert. It is literally not much going for it at all. But that's, we're here to judge the film. We're giving our opinions on the film. Obviously, there's a lot of other stuff going on with the release of this film, blah 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 blah. But if you want to know about that, Google it. And find out.
I think where I differ from you is that I actually really like the performances. I think they did the best they could do with a really, really like terrible script. In all honesty. So I'm not gonna be too harsh on the performances. I think Letitia Wright was good as well. I think they were all quite good, to be honest. I know there's someone, I spoke to someone who wasn't that convinced with Annette Bening, but I thought Annette Bening was fantastic. I'm a massive fan of hers. And I really can't fault the performances. I have more of a problem with the film itself, with the writing and direction. Beside all that, do you think it's going to make any money?
I think it might make some money, yes. I think it still will. I think people, particularly over here, maybe, I think it might do okay, better than Moonfall, shall we say? Which is a shame that it didn't do very well over the weekend, because it's good fun if you haven't seen it.
Oh, I love Moonfall.
I think it still will. I don't think it will make quite the same amount of money, but I think it still will. I think that's why they're doing the release like this, because they could have quite easily just stuck this on Disney Plus. Now that it's a Disney-owned property, they could have just, with everything else that's going on, they could have quite easily just, it's debuting on Disney Plus. But I would imagine that Branagh particularly has gone, no, I made this for the big screen. It's got to go on the big screen. We signed the deals before all of this stuff. It's got to still be in the cinema. So I think people will still go and see it. Yeah, I think it. Should we wager that it will make more money than Uncharted this weekend? I don't know. In the UK, I don't. Might do.
No, I think Uncharted will make more money, because I think loads of sort of older audiences are staying at home.
Yes, that's his issue. That's why I think it will some money, but not all the money, because people are still not quite ready, even though it's slowly getting there. I think if you release this in the summer, it might have done a bit better than what it will probably do. But I don't think it will be a flop per se.
No.
I think it will do okay. but not.
I don't think it will be a flop, but I don't think it's a good movie either. So
yeah. Talk on that subject. Then let's do our scores. I'll give you mine straight away. I'm giving it a 2 stars, and that's being slightly more positive, shall we say. I've upped it to a 2 rather than gone. I was in the middle of a 1.5, 2, but we don't do halves, so we'll go for the 2.
I'm gonna go for 2 as well, but I liked the performances, and that's the reason why I'm going for 2. And other than that, I just thought it was very muddled, very boring, completely bonkers, and not in a good way.
Yes,
really.
Well, I liked it less than you, so I thought there was only a couple of performances that did it for me, and a couple of little moments were quite good. But on the whole, I thought everything was really badly misjudged and miscalculated. Let's just put it like that, shall we? Linda, thank you for your time as ever.
Oh, thank you.
That's the first of 3 videos from us this week. We're also going to be reviewing Uncharted, as we mentioned, which the embargo for that lifts on Friday morning. It's out on Friday morning. Read into that what you will.
Oh, and also we have the Oscars. We're going to be coming to you live tomorrow. Or live or semi, either live or semi-live tomorrow.
Yes, live or semi. We are recording live. Whether we're able to show you it live, we'll have to ask the technical wizards at HeyUGuys, see if they can help us out. If not, the video will be up, and our reaction, it will be a live reaction. Won't be live.
The Oscar nominations
tomorrow at 1 p.m. We will be live, and then the announcement is at 1:18 p.m. UK time. Although while they still do it at 5 in the morning in the US, and no one's gone. Someone put this on Twitter the other day and just gone, why is it 5 in the morning? Why can't it just be like 10 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yes, because of the coasts and everything. I don't know how it works out. But yes, we'll be back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With our reactions to the Oscar nominations as they go live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tuesday, the 8th of February. And then on Friday, our review of Uncharted will be unleashed onto the world. The new video game adaptation starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. If you don't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the HeyUGuys channel. All of our social media information is in the comments in the blurb below, whatever they call it. And you can follow us on Twitter, and also follow us on HeyUGuys on Instagram and Twitter, and follow us on the YouTube page. We'll be back tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching HeyUGuys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey, you guys!